And there's always something new to see and experience when you travel the world like I do. Hi, I'm Rick Steves. Join me as we get better acquainted with the world each week on Travel with Rick Steves. Together, we'll explore fascinating sights, discover amazing food, and make new friends from near and far. Your radio is the only passport you'll need. Join us for Travel with Rick Steves, Saturday afternoons at 1 on KSJE.
KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, whose vision is to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities they are privileged to serve. Offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so residents can live life better here. San Juan Regional Medical Center, community-owned and operated, here for you. 11 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Wednesday morning, the 26th day of April, 2023. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thank you for tuning in to KSJE today, 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, you can always listen to us, of course, at 103.3 FM. And if you're anywhere else on the planet, just go to our website to listen, ksje.com. We also want to welcome our viewers who are joining us this morning. This video is streaming live to the KSJE Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter account. So welcome aboard, everyone. Glad that you have joined us this morning, because coming up in the next few moments, we are getting an update from Farmington Schools. We hope you'll stay with us for our conversation, which begins in the next few moments right here on KSJE. And then later on this hour, we'll be checking in with Ron Price around 8:50 a.m. Ron will give us another lesson about life in the sandbox, communication, relationships, and all those things, coming up today at 8:50 on KSJE. Next hour, it's our long-running classical music program, of course, Roving with the Arts. And, of course, Mick Hess will be here, a special 90-minute version on Wednesdays, as you know. And this morning, Mick is featuring music from both Bach and Beethoven. So enjoy that later on next hour on KSJE. That'll take us to 10:30, and right on Four Corners, our local and regional author program. And Delcherie Gladden is interviewing Leon Conrad this week, and he is talking with her about his latest book all about story structure. She'll hear that conversation today at 10:30 on KSJE. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it's a mostly sunny Wednesday morning, 44 degrees at the moment. Winds are calm, which we're grateful for. It should be a less windy day today, as a matter of fact. A little breezy, but mostly sunny skies, the high reaching 67 degrees today. Overnight, clear skies with a low of 38. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, again with a high of 71 and a low of 46. The winds may kick up again on Friday with a high of 61 and a low of 37. Weekend looks pretty good with highs in the mid to upper 70s and overnight lows in the mid to lower 40s. Let me introduce my guest who is here with me this morning, as I mentioned, from Farmington Schools. Superintendent Cody Diehl is here. Superintendent Diehl, welcome back. Good to see you, sir.
Good morning, Scott. Thank you for having us.
You bet. Thank you for coming in. We also have with us this morning Marie Johnson is here. She is the Student Nutrition Program Director at Farmington Schools, and it's great to have you here as well. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
We have sang your praises numerous times on this program over the years, so it's great to have you here in person. Thank you for being here. You bet. And also Daniel Fear is here. He is the Fine Arts Coordinator with Farmington Schools. Mr. Fear, good morning to you.
Good morning, Scott. Always a pleasure. Good
to have you back as well. Thanks for being here. Mr. Diehl, let's start with you a little bit about things that are going on at the school district. And gosh, here we are, almost end of the school year. We were talking about that before we came on the air.
Yeah, it seems like I was just here last week. It's gone so fast, and so many great things happening in our district. It's busy as always.
Well, if you want to be on more often, we can do that, Mr. Diehl. But once a month works pretty well.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, but no, it is. It's a good time to be in Farmington Municipal Schools, and a lot of amazing things happening as we get to the end of the year. and it's busy all the time, but things wrap up. We have contests and state championships, and of course they happen throughout the year. But it just seems graduations, which we'll talk about, and it's a good time. The weather changes.
Right, very true, and sometimes faster than this year, but it's changing for sure.
Been a little slow.
You're right, but that's true. Let's start by talking about your Dene Spelling Bee that the district had and celebrate your winners. That was a pretty unique event.
It is. It's a unique event, and Diane Arrington was here last time and spoke a little bit about things that are happening in her department, and yeah, it's great at all levels: elementary, middle school, high school competition, and congratulations to all of our placers and everybody who participated. We had some champions, the elementary level, Kiara Benali; at our middle school level, Chastity Taylor; and at our high school level, Yasmin Lee, as you see on the screen there. But looks like Tibbetts Middle School comes out the big winner. They dominated the middle school, so that congratulations to them.
Very nice.
Very unique, cool event.
Right, very true. And again, we encourage folks to, in addition to listening to the radio program, you can watch it, and you can see the pictures of these smiling students who are successful at the Dene Spelling Bee with Farmington Schools. So,
very proud.
Very good. Congratulations to them. National Signing Day, that was an event that I was at, as a matter of fact, and you were there too, and that was here at San Juan College just last week.
It's a neat event. I wasn't able to, I wasn't the superintendent last year. I know Dr. Schmidt was there, and it was the first time that I attended, and what a great event. And it's neat to see. Very similar to an athletic signing day, and these students are, as I said in my talk that day, that CTE, I believe, is a game changer for our students. And
that's a career technical education.
Yeah, and the pathways, the opportunities that, and I know we're going to talk about graduation requirements in a different slide, but a little disappointing in some aspects. But these programs give our students the opportunity to earn industrial certifications. I know Ms. Johnson will talk a little bit about what happens at her level, but these are the type of programs where we can train students to move into. And and I want to thank our community and our partnerships. Farmington Municipal Schools has, I believe, 80 MOUs that we've signed with our local business partners for work-based learning that goes along with career and college, our career and technical opportunities. So if it wasn't for our community and San Juan College, huge thanks to San Juan College and the opportunities that they provide our students. Dual credit opportunities, CTE opportunities, and if it wasn't for this wonderful community that we live in, we couldn't do this. So thankful for where we live in our community and their support. It's a great opportunity.
Very true. And again, for folks not familiar with this event, this is a day you had 26 of your students there, and they are all committing to come to San Juan College in the fall, basically, right, to continue their education through these career and technical programs and things along that line that you mentioned.
Yes, and we want people to know that it's this pathway or this opportunity. We obviously have many, many more kids going different places, different opportunities, and many more in San Juan College. But this is a great event for them to commit to and sign for that opportunity to enter into these programs. So yeah.
Very good, very good.
Stuff.
Reading fair, you were out and about at this event at Country Club Elementary School, looks like.
Yeah, this was one of my...
Photographic evidence.
I was
the
there.
Superintendent out in the wild.
Yeah, that's right, it was. This was one of my favorite events of the year. I'm telling you, I started off Monday of this week there, and it was really neat to see. And the students, they had the opportunity to, they had a rubric, and I was judging the contest, and these are the things that people don't see. When they judge schools, they judge us on test scores. And the opportunity for these students, and it was neat because when I stood in front of them, they provided me nuggets of information about a book that they read, the author, the illustrator. And part of that rubric is introducing themselves, making eye contact. And these are second graders, right? And
I was going to say, that sounds like public speaking, which I know even some of my college students hate to do.
Yeah.
So good for you. Yeah.
And I need to get them to have you come judge next year, right?
Maybe.
But it was really neat to see, and they did a wonderful job. But these life skills, right? Public speaking, being able to look a stranger in the eye and have eye contact and communicate, introduce yourself, along with providing that information about their book that they read. And you see some of them there in the picture. They had the costume, or they had costumes. One on the bottom right there, the student who read The Wild Robot, and he was dressed up as a robot. It was
Nice.
It was really cool. It was a great event. So Country Club Elementary, their second grade team, and parents were there as well while we were judging. And then when they kicked the parents out, you get to come see your student for 45 minutes. And then younger kids and older kids had the opportunity to come in, and these students had to do the same thing with their peers. Introduce themselves, make eye contact. It was a great event.
Very good.
Really
And
cool.
we'll give shout outs to the winners, I think. We can read their names off of the slide. I can do that if you unless you want to.
Marcus Fisher.
Yep.
There's 4 second grade classes,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I can't tell you which one goes with which, or maybe there's 5 there. Winners.
Looks like 5 and a grand
and
champion.
then a grand champion.
Right.
And so you see that I think 2 of the winners are there, the Wild Robot, and then in the upper photo there, the grand champion, Reagan Jones, in her book. So yeah, we have Marcus Fisher and Lydia Burgess, Ryan Murphy, Quinn Hughes, Noah Sandoval, and the grand champion, Reagan Jones.
Nice.
So yeah, it was really cool. It was a neat event.
Right, very cool. That looks like a fun event to get you out and about and let you see what some of the kids are doing in school each and every day.
Well,
right?
and huge shout out to all of our schools. And if you follow us on our Facebook page or in our new website, you will see that we had a career day at a school this week. And next Monday, I'm going to be at Esperanza Elementary for an event. So it's happening all over our district. And so the time and effort that our schools and teachers and staff put in to create these experiences for our students. Once again, thank you to not only our staff, but the parents. There was a lot of effort put into these projects and this event, so it's good stuff.
Very true, very
Yeah.
true. I want to ask you a bit about some grants that you are getting for 2 of your schools. Looks like Apache and Animas Elementary getting a Community Schools Planning Grant. Tell us what that's all about.
Yeah, so, community schools, they have a planning grant, so it gives them the opportunity to spend a year planning in the 4 pillars of community schools, expanding and enriching learning times and opportunities for students, providing collaborative leadership and practices with members of our community, active family and community engagement, and then integrated student support. So it's all about bringing our community together to support our schools and that specific school community, partners within the areas of where those students live.
Gotcha.
And going beyond, those partnerships, but like I said, opportunities before and after school, and health opportunities where we bring in providers to support our students. So
parents with students at these schools might be hearing more about this
Absolutely.
as we move forward here, right?
Yep. So we were awarded the planning grants here within the last week, and then moving forward, in years to come, the grant funding increases to provide that support for community partners as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Other things on this list that we see is a couple of bills from the legislative session I know you mentioned earlier, but you want to talk a little bit about those in depth, the extended learning time for the school year?
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about this last time I was here, the House Bill 130, where it increases the instructional hours in our day. And so we took a look at our calendar, which I think will come up in another slide, and what it means for us. We tried to. It didn't impact us as much as we thought it might because of the instructional hours that we already have in our district. So I'll get in more detail about that. But the one that I wanted to talk about, which I said House Bill 126 the last time I was here, hadn't been signed, and we were very hopeful that it would, and it was not signed. So our graduation requirements will stay the same. And I think the disappointing part of this, and I understand why, but I think we'll go back and revisit it. But the opportunity to provide more flexibility in student schedules And going back to the signing day, giving students more opportunity for different pathways. Our current graduation requirements kind of narrow the focus and the opportunity that students have. So we'll go back and revisit it, and I understand why there was some veto to it, or there was that the governor vetoed the bill after reading more, but it went through both chambers, right? It went through the Senate and the House pretty much unscathed.
Bipartisan support, I think, which is what I've heard about it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So I think there were 3 no votes out of 100 and some votes. So it was very disappointing. So, but yeah.
I imagine we'll see it next year.
I'm hoping.
In some form or another.
I'm hoping
it sounds like it,
yeah.
The academic calendar, that is having a few minor tweaks to it, it sounds like?
So just a couple. So we approved our calendar a couple months back, and then with House Bill 130 being signed, basically what is going to happen is we had 4 professional days at the start of the school year. We had to eliminate one of those to build some instructional time back in, and then we had a professional day the very last day of school, and we took that away. And then we increased our end times for our schools just by a little bit. So our elementary schools will go 20 minutes longer, and our middle schools will go 10 minutes longer, and our high schools will go 3 minutes longer to increase that instructional time. So it had a little impact on us, but not much.
Right.
And our early release times on Monday will remain the same. We found that time to be valuable. It gives our teachers the opportunity to collaborate, build common assessments, talk about student learning, and have a focus on results. So that's what it looks like. Our preschool calendar, they've increased that as well, and so now it's an opportunity to look at if we continue in half days, or we might even have to move to a full day pre-K. So we have a meeting today to talk about that, and so more to come on our preschool.
All right. As we say in this business, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I guess, right? Okay. Very good. You mentioned graduation season is coming. Here are the dates, right, that will be here before we know it in just a few weeks, right? May 12th is the first one, San Juan College High School.
San Juan College High School always kicks us off, and we are excited about that. Yes, Friday, May 12th at 6 p.m. right here at San Juan College. Farmington High School will be on Tuesday, May 16th at 7 p.m. at the Hutch at Farmington, on the campus of Farmington High School. Rosinante High School, May 17th, Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Farmington Civic Center. And then we'll wrap it up with Piedra Vista High School on Thursday, May 18th at 7:30 p.m.
All right.
At the Hutch.
Back at the stadium, right?
Yep.
Exactly. So we're hoping for good weather for all of those events, even the indoor one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, we always keep our fingers crossed. It was funny. When I was a high school principal, what's your plan B, Mr. Diehl, if it rains? There is no plan B.
Right.
Way too many people come to the event. Bring your umbrella.
It's happened before, but yeah.
Yep,
and you have a great story to tell afterwards.
That's right.
Once
and
you dry out.
And I'm assuming you'll be there emceeing one, or
I will be looking
more.
forward to San Juan College High School and the Piedra Vista High School graduation.
All right.
So
we always appreciate you helping us out.
happy to help and get the names as right as we can. So we like to honor all those students. So it's great. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Registration for the upcoming school year is the next item to mention briefly.
Right. Yep. If you are new to our district and not currently enrolled in one of our schools, you can register at our website, farmingtonschools.us. I think you have it. You'll
There it
put
is.
it up /page/registration. So yes, please join us and come to Farmington Schools.
There you go. And a reminder of the new website for your district, right? The farmingtonschools.us. That's
Yep.
relatively new.
Yep. The website is not new. The content's not new, but the
address is new.
The address is new.
Yes.
So yes, and Mr. Tabota will be happy that we mentioned it.
Right. Give him a little shout out. Exactly. And it's a big thing to try to do. And then we'll switch over to Mr. Fear to talk a little bit about fine arts, right? And
Yeah. Thank you.
thank you very much, Mr. Diehl. Mr. Fear, well, again, good morning. Good to have you here. And a big award for Farmington Schools. Some nice recognition, it looks like, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We were recognized as a National Association of Music Merchants Foundation's Best Community for Music Education, and that's a national recognition across 835 school districts, I think, were recognized this year. There were 5 in New Mexico, so we share this distinction with Las Cruces, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and Rio Rancho this year.
Nice company to be in, I guess,
It is,
right?
It is.
True. Well, congratulations. And for parents and students maybe coming into Farmington schools, what does that recognition mean? Kind of the school district's commitment to fine arts education and supporting the staff and the curriculum?
Absolutely. So to gain this recognition, you have to fill out a very extensive survey. And it gets sent in to the NAM Foundation, and then they work with the university to verify all the data within it. And what it's checking for is how often do elementary students have music classes? How many elementary music teachers are there per school? How many schools do we have in the district? How much funding do we funnel to the music programs in our district? And other opportunities for students to engage musically outside of school in the community. So that's why it's a best community for music education, because we have all of those things. We have an elementary music teacher in every elementary school. We have lots of opportunities for our band, choir, orchestra, guitar students in the secondary schools. And those students also get to be able to continue to make music in the community.
Nice. And it sounds to me, and I think I know this too, is that not every school district in our state or even across the nation can make these claims, right? I mean,
Correct.
It's sometimes a balance, right, of how to fund these things if you're not careful.
Absolutely.
And so this is a really big honor for the commitment of Farmington schools, I think.
Yes, it is.
To have that on and to be recognized for it. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's great to see. Marie Johnson, that brings me to you to talk a little bit about your department and the work that you do with nutrition in the school district.
Yes.
And so talk to me a little bit about this, because I know you're involved with a lot of different things when you feed all these kids every day.
Yes, indeed. I try to have my hand in everything,
Right.
everywhere. But we've had a wonderful 22-23 school year, counting down the days to the last day. We just got through last week with our annual Earth Day celebration. Every year on Earth Day, we try to, love on Mother Earth some. In addition to providing cold meals that day, we provide each of our students with the opportunity to learn how to grow their own food. So at the elementary level,
You mean it just doesn't come from the grocery store?
No. It takes a little bit of work.
Or the drive-through lane?
No, sir.
Okay.
So we're trying our best to educate our kiddos about where food comes from. And this year they got seed kits to grow their own sugar snap peas and zinnias. And we try to educate them about why they get the flower seed is to provide cross-pollination with bees, etc.
Right.
So, and in addition to receiving those kits, we've taken it up another notch where they can do a challenge. Those who actually take it home and do something with it and grow it at our food summit in July, they bring their plants and we determine who wins. So there's a challenge component added to it. And last year we didn't really have anybody that went through with it, but our first year we did. We had a young lady from Country Club that won. So hopefully this year we will have students interested.
All right.
In addition to that, to partner with graduation, we as Student Nutrition, we enjoy being able to send our graduates off one last time with a healthy, balanced, yummy breakfast and just tell them congratulations and wish them well in their future endeavors. So each of our high schools, we will go their graduation practice morning and we serve the kids a hot breakfast. And one of the things we do that day, although we shouldn't, is to offer them coffee because they're young adults now.
Okay.
So, and a lot of them get a kick out of that, being able to have a cup of coffee with their breakfast.
But it's optional, right? I mean, they
Right,
can pass and they can just,
It is decaf though. But,
all right. There you are.
We don't tell them.
Good for you.
Yes.
There you are.
Yes.
So barbecues too at the end of the year, right?
At the end of the school year, we at all of our field days, our high schools, everybody has an end of year barbecue. So it's a fun time. They get to have yummy hamburgers or brats or hot dogs, and just another fun day for them as they get ready to head out for summer. And then summer, so summer meals.
Yeah.
Every summer we have a summer meal program. Still not quite sure on the sites, working with PED to ensure that I get some waivers in place to be able to, one, deliver meals, and two, have a grab-and-go option.
Okay.
Since the pandemic has been declared over, some of the practices that we had going on during that, USDA is really trying to encourage us to go back to normal. But it's very difficult when parents for almost 3 years
We're used to grabbing and going.
Right, grabbing and going.
Right.
So, working on that.
So again, stay tuned is what we
yes,
say, right?
stay tuned.
You'll share
Stay
more info
tuned.
when you get it. But these
Right.
are options throughout the summer, basically, right? Where
Correct.
parents to bring kids to maybe a park or a school site
Yes.
to have a nutritious lunch.
Lunch and breakfast.
And
at some of the
breakfast, thank you.
sites, Yes.
Okay.
So, more to come. We will definitely have it out on all of our social media platforms so parents know where they can come.
Very
we'll
good.
even have an evening option for those parents who work, so they can, hopefully it'll get passed.
And this is a pretty extensive, well, all of the meals that we're talking about
Right.
here, that you're talking about, are pretty extensive. How many individuals are you feeding at each of these events?
Generally, participation has been about 2,000 to 3,000 a day.
I'm going to just want that to simmer for just a moment with
Yeah,
everyone. 2 to 3,000
meals per day.
a day.
Yes.
That's Farmington schools.
Farmington schools
Yeah.
only.
Right.
Yes. So.
That's
but
a
we
lot
do
of
have
meals.
people that come in from around
Sure.
out of communities that partake too. So
Right.
Yes.
But that's a lot of
it's a lot
carrot
of food.
sticks to keep track of. That's what I'm
Yes,
trying to think of.
definitely. But we are proud to do it and happy to make food accessible
Right.
to our kiddos.
That's
during the
important
summer,
for
yes.
sure. Very true.
Yeah.
You had a conversation recently with Congresswoman Teresa Ledger Fernandez.
I did. I was contacted by the Congresswoman to participate in a farm to table roundtable that she hosted here at Harvest Food Hub and Kitchen, April the 11th. And I was able to talk about some of the priorities for K-12 that are applicable in the Farm Bill reauthorization, like farm to school grants, commodity programs, just to give her some insight on how things could be better for K-12. And she was very appreciative. So
Very good. And this idea is, if I understand it correctly,
Mm-hmm.
is to try to find locally grown sources for food to be able to
Yes.
then use in these meals for the 3,000 people you're talking
right,
about?
Right. Well, that's just during the summer. During the school year, we feed 6,000 to 7,000 a day.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
That's a lot more food.
Right.
You doubled it just there.
Exactly. So it was. I wanted her to know that through the commodity program, they needed to add another option where locally grown foods could be a diversion for our entitlement dollars. So, and she heard. So
Good.
We'll see
Okay.
if it becomes a priority in the farm bills.
Okay. Very, very good. And the free school meals for students. This is SB 4, another legislative issue.
Another legislative win for all of our kids in New Mexico. Senate Bill 4, known as Healthy School Meals for All, effective July 1, children who attend any school that participates in the National School Lunch Program will be able to have breakfast and lunch daily at no cost. It's a game changer for our students, and it helps with the food insecurity issues that we have in our state. So
Nice.
I was very involved in getting this bill over the finish line. Lots of trips to Santa Fe. But it wasn't just Marie alone. It was many, many different agencies, community partners. We all advocated, and all of the House and Senate heard us, and the bill passed unanimously.
Very, very good. And this is something that Farmington Schools has been doing already, right?
Yes.
Even before this was passed. Just
Right,
Out of
right.
practice. But now every school
Every school.
is able to do it and offer those free meals to all of their students.
Yes, the only caveat is they have to be in the National School Lunch Program. So it's open to charters, it's open to private schools, it's open to all of our BIE schools as long as they have the National School Lunch Program.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. Final point, I think, this morning is
And
the
so-
enhancements for next school year,
Yes.
right?
So in addition to free meals for all for next year, student nutrition, we always want to make our spaces inviting and always want to amp up our program for our students. So next year, we are investing in some food corps service members to really get to inform our kids about nutrition education, agricultural literacy. I'm hoping to implement some school gardens here and there, indoor gardens as well as outdoor gardens, and stay tuned, more to come.
Okay. All right.
We also have invested in every cafeteria digital monitors to display menus and nutritional facts. And finally, every cafeteria will have some level of remodel. So when our kiddos come back first day of school, there'll be bright colors, new branding, just fun times for all.
In the fall. That's what we can look forward to.
In the fall. The fall. And I have some other surprises that are coming.
I don't know where you find the time for anything else than that, but that's a lot on your plate, literally and figuratively.
Yes.
But thank you very much for going through all that with us.
Thank you.
Mr. Diehl, quite the message this morning, I think, from music to school nutrition to all the other things that we've been talking about. Again, it's great to get an update every month.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, thanks for having us. I apologize. And going back to Mr. Fear, and keep up with our Facebook page. You see almost every day something happening in that realm, and whether it's Heights Middle School winning a state championship or talk about signings. I was on Farmington High's Facebook page this morning. We have two students who signed.
There were
three students, Mr. Fear, who signed with
Eastern.
All three signed with Eastern.
Oh, nice.
As music education majors.
Yeah, and so I only saw two, but do you know all three names?
You're going to put me on the spot. One
put
of
him
them
on the
is
spot.
Jimmet, Amani Pressment, and Maria Baker. McKinsey.
Yep.
A choir student, yes.
Yep.
Very good. Congratulations to that.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
So a good shout out.
And Mr. Diehl, you still have the Help Wanted sign out. You're looking for a few folks who want to get into public education?
We always have the Help Wanted sign out. Yep.
Right.
If you enjoy working with students and want to be a part of a great organization in a great community that supports our organization, yes, join us.
All right.
Get on our website and apply.
Very good. FarmingtonSchools.us. There it is again. That new address. There you are. Wonderful. Well, everyone, thank you all for coming in this morning and visiting with me. I really appreciate your time and all of the work that you do with students throughout the district. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. My guest this morning from Farmington Municipal Schools here with me on KSJE. KSJE and San Juan College present the Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week. Week 14, reward yourself and take breaks. Studying can be draining, so treat yourself for a little motivation. Buy a coffee from your favorite coffee shop or get some study snacks from the campus convenience store. You can also reward yourself by taking breaks for activities you enjoy, like walking, reading, or watching TV. Adding in a reward will give you something fun to work toward. Taking breaks is important too. Breaks give you a boost of productivity, reset, and prevent burnout. It might seem like you need to use all your time you possibly can to study, back to back, but your brain will start to slow down if you don't give it a chance to relax. Taking breaks can help you get the most out of your study time with the least amount of stress. The Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week, presented by KSJE and the Student Achievement Center at San Juan College. It's time once again for the KSJE 0 Mile Fun Run, Saturday, May 20th at 10:30 a.m. at San Juan College Learning Commons Plaza. Register today for $15 at ksje.com/funrun and show your backing for community-supported KSJE. Just like a dog chasing a donut on a stick, the 0 Mile Fun Run is designed to be, well, fun. The actual race down a course that's about 15 feet long. The KSJE 0 Mile Fun Run.